to 21. I was 15 shopping for them chains, but early as a gin and diapers, some shit.
Classical family, what's up? It's your boy Giddy back with another reaction. Hope you guys are doing good. I'm doing great. Today, I've got a kind of different reaction for you guys, but still about classical music. Today, we are going to react to Chopin's biography. So, one of y'all let me know that I've been pronouncing Chopin incorrect. So, hey, I'm trying to, get the correct pronunciation. I'm doing my best, but it's Chopin. Okay, got it. But yeah, today we are going to react to Chopin biography, Life and Death of a Genius. It's a mini documentary. And yeah, I mean, up till now, I've been pretty interested in all of the composer's history, and especially with Chopin, because obviously sometimes when we react to a Chopin piece, you guys let me know some random facts, and I love that, by the way. So shout out to y'all. Y'all been letting me know random facts about the composers, and hey, I love that, appreciate it. And yeah, so I've been pretty interested in Chopin's history, and yeah, I was like, hey, let's react to it, and hopefully it's a good video. So yeah, let's get right into it.
Frederick Francois Chopin was a Polish composer and virtuoso pianist of the Romantic era, who wrote primarily for solo piano. Chopin was born on March 1, 1810 in Zelazowa Wola, 46 kilometers, 29 miles west of Warsaw. A child prodigy, he completed his musical education and composed his earlier works in Warsaw before leaving Poland at the age of 20, less than a month before the outbreak of the November 1830 uprising. At 21, he settled in Paris. Thereafter, in the last 18 years of his life, he gave only 30 public performances, preferring the more intimate atmosphere of the salon. He supported himself by selling his compositions and by giving piano lessons, for which he was in high demand. Chopin formed a friendship with Franz Liszt and was admired by many of his other musical contemporaries, including Robert Schumann. In 1835, Chopin obtained French citizenship. After a failed engagement to Maria Wodzinska from 1836 to 1837, he maintained an often troubled relationship with the French writer Amandine Dupin, known by her pen name, George Sand. A brief and unhappy visit to Majorca with Sand in 1838 to 39 would prove one of his most productive periods of composition. In his final years, he was supported financially by his admirer, Jane Stirling, who also arranged for him to visit Scotland in 1848. For most of his life, Chopin was in poor health. About how Chopin died, little is known. He died in Paris in 1849 at the age of 39, probably of pericarditis, aggravated by tuberculosis. All of Chopin's compositions include the piano. Most are for solo piano, though he also wrote 2 piano concertos, a few chamber pieces, and some 19 songs set to Polish lyrics. His piano writing was technically demanding and expanded the limits of the instrument. His own performances were noted for their nuance and sensitivity. Chopin invented the concept of the instrumental ballade. His major piano works also include mazurkas, waltzes, nocturnes, polonaises, etudes, impromptus, scherzos, preludes, and sonatas.
I know some of them.
Some published
Yeah.
only posthumously. Among the influences on his style of composition were Polish folk music, the classical tradition of J.S. Bach, Mozart, and Schubert, and the atmosphere of the Paris salons, of which he was a frequent guest. His innovations in style, harmony, and musical form, and his association of music with nationalism were influential throughout and after the late Romantic period. Chopin's music, his status as one of music's earliest superstars, his indirect association with political insurrection, his high-profile love life, and his early death have made him a leading symbol of the Romantic era. His works remain popular, and he has been the subject of numerous films and biographies of varying historical fidelity. With his health further deteriorating, Chopin desired to have a family member with him. In June 1849, his sister, Ludwika, came to Paris with her husband and daughter, and in September, supported by a loan from Jane Stirling, he he took an apartment at Plaque Vendôme 12. After the 15th of October, when his condition took a marked turn for the worse, only a handful of his closest friends remained with him, although Verdot remarked sardonically that all the grand Parisian ladies considered it de rigueur to faint in his room. Some of his friends provided music at his request. Among them, Pataka sang, and Francois played the cello. Chopin bequeathed his unfinished notes on a piano tuition method, Projet de méthode, to Alkin for completion. On the 17th of October, after midnight, the physician leaned over him and asked whether he was suffering greatly. No longer, he replied. He died a few minutes before 2 o'clock in the morning. Those present at the deathbed appear to have included his sister Ludwika, Princess Marcelina Czartoryska, Sand's daughter Solange, and his close friend Thomas Albrecht. Later that morning, Solange's husband Clesinger made Chopin's death mask and a cast of his left hand. The funeral, held at the Church of the Madeleine in Paris, was delayed almost 2 weeks until the 30th of October. Entrance was restricted to ticket holders, as many people were expected to attend. Over 3,000 people arrived without invitations from as far as London, Berlin, and Vienna, and were excluded. Mozart's Requiem was sung at the funeral. The soloists were the soprano Jean-Anaïs Castellan, the mezzo-soprano Pauline Verdot, the tenor Alexis Dupont, and the bass Luigi Lablache. Chopin's Preludes No. 4 in E minor and No. 6 in B minor were also played. The organist at the funeral was Louis Lafabure-Velli. The funeral procession to Père-Lachaise Cemetery, which included Chopin's sister Ludwika, was led by the aged Prince Adam Czartoryska. The pallbearers included Delacroix, Francois, and Camille Pleyel. At the graveside, the funeral march from Chopin's Piano Sonata No. 2 was played, in Reber's instrumentation. Chopin's tombstone, featuring the muse of music, Euterpe, weeping over a broken lyre, was designed and sculpted by Clesinger. The expenses of the funeral monument, amounting to 5,000 francs, were covered by Jane Sterling, who also paid for the return of the composer's sister Ludwika to Warsaw. As requested by Chopin, Ludwika took his heart, which had been removed by his doctor Jean Crouvellier and preserved in alcohol in a vase, back to Poland in 1850. She also took a collection of 200 letters from Sand to Chopin. After 1851, these were returned to Sand, who destroyed them. Chopin's disease and the cause of his death have been a matter of discussion. His death certificate gave the cause of death as tuberculosis, and his physician, Crouvellier, was then the leading French authority on this disease. Other possibilities that have been advanced have included cystic fibrosis, cirrhosis, and alpha-1 antitrypsin deficiency. A visual examination of Chopin's preserved heart, the jar was not opened, conducted in 2014 and first published in the American Journal of Medicine in 2017, suggested that the likely cause of his death was a rare case of pericarditis caused by complications of chronic tuberculosis.
Oh, very good video, very good video. In 7 minutes, I think this was a great video. But yeah, sad story, sad story. I mean, you guys have been letting me know random facts about Chopin, and most of the facts are always really sad. And yeah, I wasn't expecting anything different, but at the same time, yeah, it makes me kind of sad because I feel like he had so much ahead of him. Dying at the age of 39 is still very young, and dying of a disease, unknown disease, it's very tragic. And to make such a big impact, or to have such a big impact on so many people around you at such a young age, and you know, with the time that he had on this earth, he has my huge respect. He has my huge respect because he accomplished so much in the short time he had. And yeah, a lot of people looked up to him, so you definitely can say he did his job. And yeah, he left maybe in a sad way, but he definitely left his legacy. And yeah, I feel like to this day, I mean, look at me, a random guy reacting to Chopin. he definitely left his legacy. So yeah, I mean, it's a great video, very sad, but I'm also very glad I reacted to it because it just makes me appreciate classical music a bit more and appreciate the composers a bit more too. It's always good to know a little bit about their backstory and, you know, yeah, why they compose certain classical music, or what the reason was, what the inspiration was. And yeah, I'm glad we did this one. Hey, I feel like I want to say so much, but sometimes when I'm recording the video, I just forget what I actually want to say. So if I remember something, I might put it inside the video. If I don't, then yeah, bear with me. I still hope you guys enjoyed this type of reaction. If you did enjoy it, let me know. We'll do more of these reactions. And hey, I'm learning, so yeah, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the reaction. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. It's been your boy Giddy, and I might catch y'all later.